Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi guys, let me introduce myself. My name is Hazahra Nursabila Putri. Here I will tell a story entitled Rapunzel. Rapunzel. Once upon a time, there lived a husband and wife who were very unhappy because they had no children. As for there is garden behind their house, which is filled with all kinds of friends and beautiful flowers and vegetables, but the garden is surrounded by a high wall, and no one dares to enter the garden because the garden belongs to a witch who is very strong and very by the whole world. One day, his wife stood at the window overlooking the garden and saw there a vegetable that looked so fresh and green that she wanted to pick it up. That desired grew day by day, but he knew that it was impossible to get it. He launched into netball. Then her husband was worried and could not bear see his wife's condition and asked his wife, "Husband, what makes my wife sick like this, dear?" Then his wife replied, "Wife, I went to get rainbow leaves behind the garden to eat. If I don't get the rainbow leaves, I might die." Her husband, who really loved his wife, thought and looked for ways to take the rainbow leaves and said in his heart, "I will take the rainbow leaves instead of letting my wife die no matter what the risks." At dusk, she climbed the wall into the witch garden in a hurry, then gathered a handful of the rainbow's leafy greens in her hand, and after that returned to her house, where she made a salad which was delicious and delicious. And after his wife finished eating the salad, he told his wife when he took the rainbow vegetables leaves. So when dusk passed and he managed to get the rainbow leaf vegetable, he was scared because there was an old witch in front of him. The old witch said in high tone and very angry facial expression, "Old witch, if that is your reason, then you can take as many rainbow leaves, vegetables as you like, but with one condition, that I will give you a child, but after the child is born into the world, I will take it and I will take care of it like a mother." Her husband also agreed to everything the old wizard asked for. Then his wife said, "Wife, well, we've agreed. After this child is born, take this child to the old witch." After 9 months, his wife was pregnant, and at the time of delivery she had to be willing to give up her child to be carried by a witch, and even then the witch took the child away. She named her child Rapunzel. When she was 12 years old, she lived in a tower in the middle of a large forest, but the tower had no stairs or doors, but the very top a small window. The old witch was standing below and wanted to go inside and then shouted, "Old witch, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your golden hair." As Rapunzel had long, beautiful, and silky good hair, whenever she heard the witch's voice, she let go of her braids and let them fall from the window some 20 yards below, and then the old witch climbed over them. After they had lived like this for a few years, one day a prince was driving through the forest and passed the tower. At the time, Rapunzel was singing in a very melodious voice. Then the prince wanted to see the owner of the voice, but the prince could not find who the owner of the voice was. After that he drove home, but he was so imaginary by the sound of the song that he always heard it every day in the forest. One day, when the prince was standing behind a tree, he saw the old witch approaching the tower and then shouted, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your golden hair." Then Rapunzel lowered her braids and the old witch climbed upon in the prince saw her. Prince, so all this time it was the stairs? Then I'll try and climb it hopefully is my luck. So next day at dusk he went to the foot at the tower and screamed like the old wizard. Prince, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your golden hair. Then Rapunzel lowered her. Here the prince went up. Rapunzel thought it was the old witch calling, but apparently not even Rapunzel was scared because a man entered and she had never seen him. But the prince spoke to Rapunzel very kindly and told her that her heart had been so touched by the sound of her singing that she thought if you do meet the owner of the forest, then the prince really wants to marry Rapunzel. Rapunzel also forgot her fears and she agreed because she thought he was young and handsome, and I would be happier living with him than with the old witch. Then he put his hand in the prince's hand and said, Rapunzel, "Yes, I would love to go with you, but how can I get down from the tower?" Prince, take it easy. Every time I come you have to bring a roll of cloth and I will make a ladder out of it. When finished I will go down with you. I will take you with my horse. They also arranged until the stairs were ready. But he had to come every night because the old witch was with Rapunzel all day long. The old witch of course did not know anything about what she had planned. Rapunzel said and turned to the old witch and said, "Rapunzel, what if was with the young prince in one moment?" Old witch, "Oh, you evil child!" shouted the witch. In his anger, he grabbed Rapunzel's long and beautiful hair and then wrapped her hand in scissors and cut it, and even worse, she broke Rapunzel to a deserted place and she left her to live in loneliness and misery. But at night, when he kissed Rapunzel, the prince came and called, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let your golden hair down." Then the prince climbed up as usual. Then he saw Rapunzel being carried away by the old witch and said, "Old witch, you think you can take your beautiful woman and sweet voice with you? Look at her. She does have long, beautiful hair as smooth as gold, and with that stupid singing, Rapunzel will disappear from you life forever, and you will never see her again." The prince was sad. He couldn't do anything. He jumped and went down from the tower, thought he escaped with his life, where he fell and breathed his eyes. Then he was blind and miserable. He passed through the forest in a state that did not improve, eating nothing but rust and berries. He wept and lamented the loss of his beautiful bride. Then also wandered for several years, and finally he met Rapunzel, where he lived namely in the desert. Suddenly she heard a voice that seemed familiar. She walked towards the voice, and when she was close enough, suddenly Rapunzel recognized her and cried, seeing the state of her idol. But after that, the eyes of a prince suddenly caught she as before. Then the prince brought Rapunzel to his kingdom, where he was received and greeted with great joy, and they lived happily ever after.